Yeah, another campfire story. Some interesting trip from Mzuzu to Karonga in Malawi. I was taking my trip to do the length of the Lake Malawi, and I was taking buses and taxis. When I got to Mzuzu, I found that on the travel guides that said there was a bus to Karonga. It landed up there was no bus. It had stopped a couple of years beforehand. So it landed up taking a small minibus, or get those little 16-seaters, and a very interesting experience. I showed them my bicycle. I wanted to put it in the vehicle, and so it happened that I had to take my wheels off, and then they slipped it in behind the back seat to the last seat, but there was no place for the two wheels. So landed up putting up the one wheel next to me on the back seat. I sat there with it between me and the window, straight up like this next to me, and still no place for the other wheel. Fantastic. So out comes a shoelace, and they tie it to the window wiper on the back side of the vehicle, and it's dangling there, and it's 180, I think it's if I remember correct, about 180 kilometers. So that's what, about 140 miles, with that wheel dangling off the back window there on the outside of the vehicle, and people climbing in and squeezing out, and climbing in and squeezing out. So I mean, the bus was about 3/4 full, and after about 20 kilometers it was full, and then some stepped out and some stepped in, and these people squeeze in and other people squeeze out, and you're sitting with your shoulders squeezed in like this with all the people. And they think it's kind of funny seeing this little one white guy sitting squeezed in the corner in the bus. But anyway, the driver's very friendly and very helpful, and as he goes along and he's dropping people off, and then these come people with lines of fish. They've been fishing in the lake, and then they tie a string from the one windshield wiper axle to the other windshield wiper axle and hang a string of fish from the front end of the taxi, and they climb in, and then they carry on driving, stop somewhere else, somebody climbs out with all their bags and things. Then I actually had to pay for an extra person for my bicycle because it was also a big thing. So if you carry too much, you have to pay an extra fee for what you're carrying too when you come in. And so this went on and off, I think, if I remember correctly, about 2.5 hours trip. I got to Karonga, climbed out at the taxi rank, put my wheels back on, and went down to a campsite. But what an interesting experience. Beautiful scenery. You go at one point through the mountain range, that's the ridge of mountains along the Rift Valley, and the Rift Valley reaches all the way from Mozambique, or almost by Tete. It's from